In this video, we're going to take a look at NotebookLM and how we can use it for an accessible, organized method to do research and note-taking. Welcome to the Accessibility Guide channel. My name is Sean Jordison, and let's jump into the ring. This video was inspired by Joshua Hori's LinkedIn post, which will be linked in the description of this video. And in the article, Joshua Hori talks about using NotebookLM to consolidate and organize your research digitally, transforms documents into interactive audio, and some other methods for accessible note-taking. So let's take a look at how we can use NotebookLM. I'm going to first sign in at notebooklm.google.com. It then uses my Google account, and what we can do is create a new workbook or edit one of the workbooks that already exists. Let's go ahead and just take a peek at creating a new notebook. To do that, I'm going to select Create New. And then this opens up an area where we can upload sources, we can communicate with those sources, and we can use the Studio feature to create notes, study guides, FAQs, and even custom audio conversation using AI. So the first thing that you want to do is upload all of the sources of information on your given topic. Now I have a master PDF presentation that I give, and I'm going to open it up and create it as a PDF. We're gonna do Acrobat, create PDF, and this is a 120 slide deck. Now NotebookLM does not like PowerPoint files, so that's why we need to create a PDF version. Once that's done, we can then go ahead and upload that PDF, and it will begin processing. Let's select Add Source again. We can also add Google Docs, Google Slides, websites, or YouTube videos. You could even insert copied text. Now for this example, I'm simply going to use my one PDF, but you can upload up to 50 sources. And right away, it already provides an overview of what this document is about. And so if I want to begin having a conversation with my document, we could do that right here in the chat. I'm going to say, give me a list of the top 3 takeaways. And the top 3 takeaways from this source include accessibility standards and compliance, PDF tagging, and a PDF accessibility workflow. Now, if I wanted to create a study guide out of this, I can simply select the study guide button under the notes section, and it's going to take all of my sources and attempt to create a study guide out of it. And then you can select the study guide, and here's a quiz that it created for me. Answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences. What is the primary goal of making a PDF accessible? Name 3 assistive technologies that benefit from accessible PDFs. And the quiz answer key, the primary goal of making PDFs accessible is to ensure that anyone, and it goes on and on and on. It also creates a glossary of key terms. This is super powerful for creating study materials. Now, if I get out of that note, we can come over here and create a briefing doc, or we can do an FAQ, which both of them can happen at the same time. Additionally, there's this really cool feature called a deep dive conversation. I'm going to select generate, and while that is generating the audio conversation, we can come over here and take a look at some of those notes I created. And here's that comprehensive guide that breaks down all of that information that I had inside of the PDF. Now, if we close this note, let's wait for this conversation to generate. So I'm just gonna play it and we're gonna listen to some of it.
Okay, so you want to get a handle on PDF accessibility, huh?
Yeah, it's something that a lot of folks are wrestling with these days.
Whether it's for work or just because you're curious, we're going to deep dive into it today. We've got a great guide to help us out, a training course by the accessibility guy, Sean Jordison.
Yeah, he really knows his stuff.
By the end of this, you'll not only understand the basics, but
I appreciate the compliments that they're giving me.
you'll have those aha moments that make you truly get PDF accessibility.
It goes way beyond just checking boxes.
Yeah, accessible PDFs actually change how people experience digital information, and we're going to talk about why that matters.
For sure.
So we often kind of take PDFs for granted, right?
Right.
But think about trying to use only your keyboard to get through a document,
Okay, yeah.
or having a screen reader try to explain it to you.
Yeah.
Suddenly those headings and images and tables,
Totally different.
they mean something different.
Big time.
Yeah. An accessible PDF helps everyone, not just people with disability.
Absolutely.
People using a mobile device, or maybe someone with a slow internet connection, even just someone trying to quickly find some key info in a document.
Yeah, totally. Accessibility makes things better for everyone, I think.
It's like universal design, right?
Exactly.
Making things usable for as many people.
I love that it's just like talking. It's crazy. You can download the file too. Let's speed it up a little bit.
As possible. When we say accessible PDFs, what are we actually shooting for?
Well, there are standards, right?
Okay.
Laws to help guide us.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of some of them, like Section 508 and WCAG, the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
We don't need to get lost in legal stuff here, but basically, they decide what makes digital content, including PDFs, truly accessible.
And just to clarify, Section 508, that's just for government agencies here in the US.
Right, yeah.
WCAG, that's more global guidelines.
That's basically it.
Okay.
Although, back in 2017, Section 508 actually started using WCAG 2.0 standards.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a lot of overlap, even though they're different.
Okay, so we've got
So it's not completely accurate, but wow, that's amazing. That concludes today's video on how to use NotebookLM as an accommodation and note-taking tool for students with disabilities. Thank you to Joshua Hori and his LinkedIn post for inspiring this video. And as always, I could be your champion for inclusion. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.